The Renaissance.
We made it. Look at the artwork. I think a sculptor lives here.
I think metal worker. Don't you hear that anvil? There was an anvil.
Yes, I think you are right. Metalwork. Group of people, each specializing in a different thing. An artist, a bronze caster. There's an urban myth about a metal worker. A blacksmith. A blacksmith who is a blacksmith. A blacksmith named Smith. Smith, the blacksmith, he should be black any minute. I think a sculptor lives here.
La bottega. La bottega.
Either a group of people use this place, or we are about to meet a true Renaissance man. Like a sort of Da Vinci of Italian art.
In the panels on the right and the left, they're obscured, as they would be if we were looking at the ceilings. This is not linear perspective, but there is a real attention to the basic tenets of seeing space and rendering it on a two-dimensional surface. That's also really evident in the bedspread.
About 100 years before the Renaissance, Pietro Lorenzetti was the first primate to suggest a three-dimensional awareness. Previously thought impossible that Homo erectus's flat brain was capable of thinking outside the plane.
Help! Stuck inside this proto-three-dimensional painting. Which means I'm a
Donatello invented the Renaissance. He was the very first to use linear perspective, paving the way for Michelangelo, Raphael, and the Vinci heroes, and Raphael, Turtle, with the power.
The archetypical man of the Renaissance. I can't hear him right now.
What is Renaissance?
What is Renaissance? It's a name given to a highly productive period in history between 14th and 17th. It was going to be, or is, depending on the time frame. The art revolution that was born here in Italy and spread across Europe. The word itself is French, which is why people say it in different ways. I sometimes say Renaissance for stylistic effect, but there's Renaissance. Renaissance. I'm sort of known to be a man of the world myself. That's what they say anyway. Cultured kind of sophistication you can only really get when you've been around places. Kind of organic shit de vieille. An air of misery and wisdom that sends the women crazy. Gotta be careful though, this kind of raw power. Later I'll take you to meet some Renaissance muses. These Italian artists like their muses.
Simonetta Vespucci, known as the premier muse of the Florentine Renaissance, she famously inspired Botticelli's paintings, which influenced the idealized feminine form in contemporary relief sculpture.
Venus, I brought the traditional symbols of your divine, ethereal beauty, just as requested.
Zephyrus, those are rubber ducks, citrus slices, and striped jean socks.
Listen, the winds of passion were blowing hard today. It was either this or a pile of Amazon packages from your neighbor's porch. Just take the ducks.
I was promised a gentle, romantic zephyr carrying a shower of
roses.
Why do you sound like a deflating balloon?
Do you have any idea how much lung power it takes to blow a giant clamshell across the Mediterranean? My cheeks are numb. And I think I swallowed a grape.
And how did you go here? Forgive us, Maestro. We are traveling alchemists from the east. We entered because we smelled your forge, and we can see you are struggling with that bronze.
I have no time for vagrants or spies.
What if I told you I could turn that raw, ugly metal into a masterpiece with a deep, rich, antique patina? In minutes, not weeks.
That would be something. I've tried everything from vinegar and urine to burying statues in manure.
If you give me a piece of scrap and a cup of water, I'll demonstrate.
Sul bronzo freddo il fumo danza, un velo alchemico, zolfo e pazienza, così il tempo lascia la sua carezza e la statua respira di storia e bellezza, un'anima di minerale e cielo, sotto il mio tocco, svelato è il vero.
From lower to higher orders, alkali polysulfides. Potassium is preferred for the counterion. It's not as hygroscopic as the sodium sulfide analog. Calcium has some advantages as it stores for longer. However, all three of these ultimately have a shelf life and must be kept inside airtight containers to prevent atmospheric carbon dioxide from dissolving in solution with the resulting carbonic acid facilitating an acid-base neutralization. To give hydrogen polysulfides and smelly hydrogen sulfide group.
Using sodium polysulfide as the example, a simplified representation might be this. In reality, things are more complicated. The sulfur chains can break apart and reform,
leading to mixtures of sulfide, variety of polysulfides, as well as finely divided sulfur. To create a strong patina solution, Lucius dissolves 0.6 grams of sulfur into a solution of 1.5 grams potassium carbonate in 40 milliliters of water and applies moderate heat. He then adds another 0.7 grams of sulfur to encourage longer polysulfide chains to form. Equilibria and sulfur chain rearrangement depends on the heat, concentration, and alkalinity.
Sulfur. The excellent element is polarizable electron cloud, the rigidity of its cross-linking disulfide bond, the industrial backbone, aka sulfuric acid,
the contact process to convert sulfur dioxide into sulfur trioxide.
Rho is the activation energy required for the oxidation. A reversible exothermic reaction.
Sulfur dioxide and oxygen gases
passed over a catalyst bed of vanadium pentoxide that is heated to 450 degrees Celsius. These conditions allow for a high efficiency oxidation of the sulfur dioxide, resulting in an output of sulfur trioxide. This is then absorbed by concentrated sulfuric acid to give us a thick, gloopy oleum. Its nucleophilic strength in organic chemistry. As for inorganic chemistry, while its periodic next of kin excel in several niche uses,
it mops the floor with selenium and does the vacuuming with tellurium.
With all the unique coordination chemistry it casually participates in. While it takes its hat off to oxygen, replacing oxygen with a sulfur often allows for a more stable coordination with softer metals.
Good day to you, sir. And who do you fancy for the boat race today? Oh, good morning, old chum. A jolly good day. Hurrah!
From the lower to the higher alkali polysulfide. We look to the counterion. Potassium is preferred here. It takes the reigning crown as sodium's hygroscopic trace below down. Calcium has advantages, it stores for longer years, but all three face a deadline that awakens chemist fears. Oh, seal it in the airtight glass, protect it from the air, for carbon dioxide is lingering everywhere. It drops into solution, carbonic acid thrives and steals away the potency that keeps the batch alive.
Equilibria and sulfur chain rearrangement depends on the heat, concentration, and alkalinity. The sulfur chains can break apart or reform.
The carbonate
potash is here to make a name for himself. He attacks the water, a clean swipe to the oxygen, followed by a jab, a front nose slam, and a 360 degrees van der Waals defying bond block. As he lands, he pulls a carbonyl no-look pass to trigger a forced nucleophilic decapitation. That stripped hydrogen turns water into an alkaline hydroxide, leaving carbonate reborn as a bicarbonate. Now the hydroxide takes the ring, launching an all-out assault on the sulfur 8, shattering the cyclic chain and disproportionating into thiosulfate and polysulfide chains.
A hot, highly concentrated solution made with short-chain polysulfides reacts rapidly and aggressively, forcing a fast transition straight to deep browns or blacks. Conversely, a cool, dilute solution utilizing long-chain polysulfides slows the reaction down dramatically. Slower controlled rate gives you the vital window needed to hold the chemical process precisely at delicate, iridescent intermediate shades like gold, magenta, or peacock blue before they vanish. These colors arise from thin film interference of the sulfide.
This turns into sulfurous acid in the lungs. This is bad.
Mountaintop sulfur miners expose themselves to dangerous levels of sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide, leaving them susceptible to severe bronchial ailments and cancer. I've seen some of them wrap a wet cloth around their face. I guess this is to try and dissolve the gas, but very unhealthy, and I don't think they get paid enough. Potassium carbonate can be obtained by burning hardwood like oak, elm, beech. Softer woods can be used, but these tend to contain more calcium and silicate.
Wood must be burned completely so that you have a white to light grey ash. This is then dumped into rainwater. The potassium carbonate is soluble while the calcium and other things are not. After filtering off the insolubles, you can simply evaporate the water to get your potash.
This is your Bob Dylan.